we bought an Audi. Welcome to my recently purchased 2001 8L Audi A3. So this car came in, essentially, was a trade-in at the dealership. Guy bought a new Audi A1, and this is a New Zealand new, one owner, completely unmolested Audi A3 8L. It's a 1.6 litre CMOS motor, 5-speed manual transmission, and yeah, pretty much, yeah, some people walking around. Pretty much a clean car. I don't see the service book or manuals in here anywhere, but I'm pretty sure that is available. Just need to get there. So basically, as you can see, if you look around, the interior is absolutely mint, bar the roof lining that's sagging, but that's a different story. The seats, rear seats, it's absolutely unmolested. It still has the center console. I mean, everybody knows that these are normally trashed on the Audis by this time, but as you can see, this one is still in good condition. Beautiful 5-speed manual, the dying breed. Only slight fading on the buttons, on the AC panel on the off, otherwise everything else is fine. Factory Audi concert radio with a tape player. Cup holder, still works. Glove box. Absolutely mint condition. Warranty still valid until the 11th month of 2025. Has just been recently serviced, so also due for service on the 11th month. Rego is valid for 2 more months till the 7th. Yeah, it's actually a really good car. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take you around and show you a bit of the car, and then we can take it from there. As you can see, boot is in good condition. Spare wheels there. It's about as bold as me though, but that's no drama. Factory PR sticker in the back quarter. It's been raining all day and there's all week here, and there's no water in the bottom of this spare wheel well, which is a great sign, because an Audi loves leaking coolant, but it loves leaking water into the cabin as much as anything else. As you can see, it's just been well looked after by the owner. Everything's mint, still in its place. What? Oh, that's fuck now. Take you around the body of the car. It's just a good car. It really is a good car. I mean, the one issue that we have, or that I have in the car, is the cluster. So, oh yeah, the central locking. Because these old A3s, a lot of the generation of this Audi, they use like a pump to work the central locking. You can hear it, it's mint. It's so cool. This car's in good condition, man. If I needed a small runaround, I would keep this. It's perfect. On this car specifically, my biggest problem currently that I have is sections of the cluster, or part of the cluster is not working. So I'm not too familiar with this generation of Audis. I mean, I was 11 years old when this car came out, so it's pretty old in consideration. I mean, it's pretty old if you consider. So a lot of these systems I have zero experience working on, and I've done a bit of online research and had a look at a few things, but the biggest problem I'll show you with this car is this. Okay, so here we have the cluster. I'll turn the ignition on, and as you can see, the display comes up, says everything is okay. Lights go off, no airbag light, no engine light, no ABS light, everything's mint, right? Just turn off the AC. Now if I start it, she starts up perfectly fine. She sounds great, it runs great. But you see, the rev counter, the tachometer, is no bueno. She's not working. I'm not 100% sure if this display is supposed to display anything. Oh, there, it does work when I open the door. So that's good. That's what I like to see, because that means that center display is working. So that's just an information display. The reason I'm concerned about this is the other day I was driving the car, and randomly through the radio or through the speakers of the car, there was this intense beeping sound, like a tone that kept going doo doo doo, and I wasn't sure what it was. I definitely know it was coming through the speakers of the car. The radio's volume was turned down, but it was on. There was no information display on the cluster. There was no warning lights. There was nothing. So I wasn't sure what was going on. And at the time, I know the radio had lost reception, and the radio station I was on wasn't playing anything. It was just pretty much static or partially static. So I just changed the radio stations and it went away. The beeping stopped. So I don't know if that's the something function of the Audi concert. I don't know. I don't know what that would be for, if that's there. I don't know if that was a tone supposed to be generated so that the cluster can inform me of something going on. I'm not 100% sure. I actually need to turn this off because I need to wash the engine. But yeah, it only happened once, and since then I haven't been able to replicate it. But I was concerned about what it was, because my main problem with the cluster is they don't make these clusters new anymore, and even if they did, they'd probably be so expensive. For example, this car needs a radiator, right? You'll see that later in the episode or in the video. Original from Audi is almost 1,000 New Zealand dollars.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Which is wild, bro. The car, it's unfathomable how expensive the radiator is. I got an aftermarket radiator for about $250, but if the radiator costs $1,000, a new cluster is going to be a ridiculous amount. The other side of that is, generally with this generation, from what I've done research on, if you buy a new cluster, you generally have to get an entire new lock set for the car, because something around the immobilizer system, you can't just code a new cluster. So what I did is I did a bit of research, and I figured out if I have to replace the cluster, the EEPROM data needs to be read out on the second-hand cluster that I'm going to be using, and I need to get a 4-digit code from the hex code, which I then input into VCDS, and then I can code keys, which is not a problem. But at the moment, I don't know anybody who can or how to read a code from a second-hand cluster. Nor have I found a second-hand cluster. Actually, no, I lie. I lie. I did find one briefly searching in Australia for 794 Australian dollars for a second-hand cluster.
You know what, man? I'm so sick of this bullshit.
So I'm hoping that we can figure out what's going on here and rectify that for as cheap as possible, or without replacing this cluster, because I really don't want to go too deep. My idea here is basically to get this car in better condition than it is, fix a few things that need urgent attention, sell it off to somebody as a decent runaround, and make a bit of money on it, and then try and move on to the next thing. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. For now though, let's take it inside the workshop and have a look. This is not my workshop, by the way. This is where I actually work, so hopefully I don't get in trouble for recording in there. But let's take it inside and have a look at a couple of things, and we can assess it from there, because I need to go wash off the oil leak and get ready to replace the radiator. So sweet. Right, it's mint. It's just a good car. My problem is I get too attached to cars. I don't know if anybody else is like me, but I'll buy a car like this and I'll fall in love with it and I don't want to sell it. Let's clean my glasses. You know, like if I had a warehouse full of cars, bro, I'll probably be the worst buying and selling, you know, person who buys and sells, or wheeler and dealer, whatever you call it in the world, because I just get way too attached to a car. You know, I didn't want to keep it. But anyway, see you now. Plug in the VCDS. Now, first thing I want to do is I want to output test the cluster. I don't think I need to have my VCDS upgraded for that. But my idea is that if the cluster output test works and the close this up because I get that copyright from that music. My idea is that if the cluster works and the RPM counter moves, we know it's not a cluster problem, and we know it's definitely going to be wiring from the engine control unit to the cluster. If it doesn't move, then we know it's a cluster problem. I'll probably end up checking the wiring anyway, just in case, but I'm pretty sure the command coming straight from here to the cluster is going to negate the wiring to the engine control unit completely. I don't see the command for self-test going through the engine control unit to the cluster via communication line. Where's my VCDS, bro? Oh, there. So let's see. All thumbs. Whoops. Anyway, let's just see what's going on. We'll have a look at the engine bay while that loads up, and then we can put a battery maintainer on it. Have a look at the engine, all the original covers. We got a new dipstick. The coolant obviously will be replaced. Battery cover, it's mint. Let's just put a light on. Ever so slightly better. Yeah, we'll get back to it. I don't know if I still want to replace it. Oh yeah, and full. This is obviously a modern Audi holder for your service books, but all the books, radio, service schedule, Audi cover assistance, which obviously doesn't exist anymore, and the owner's manual, all here, and all 3 keys. Oh, come on. All 3 keys. Obviously the one is here, the other one is at my house. But yeah, 3 keys. Wild how well looked after this car was. Okay, so we're finally active. So there's the information cluster. So we're going to go into diagnostic address 17, which is instrument cluster. Wait for it to read out all the information. Output tests. And we'll start the test. Yeah, not what I wanted to see.
Damn!
So the problem is definitely the cluster. Okay. Instrument lamp tests, everything is working. Gong works. All the light segments are working good. That one on the left there doesn't seem to be too great, but so we'll probably have to end up taking that cluster out and maybe pulling that apart and seeing if we can get that motor, that stepper motor for the rev counter separate, because that's probably the problem. The other thing we need to pay attention to is, I don't know if you can see in there, it's just oil, my guy. I'm going to pull these covers off there so we can have a better look, but it's got a massive oil leak, which I'm guessing is coming from the rocker cover, valve cover. And we've got some brand new parts to replace on here today. But let's pull that cover off and have a better look. Yeah, this increases our view a lot better. Now you can see there's definitely oil all over the place. It's going to give me an opportunity as well to probably pop off this cover and have a look at the cam belt. Brake fluid needs to be done, coolant needs to be changed over. This coolant, green coolant, is fine. I don't think it's really the right stuff, so we got some leftover Audi coolant we can use. But yeah, if we can handle the oil leak today. Yeah, so I think if I can clean out the oil leak today, give this engine a good wipe down, get rid of most of the shit all around it, and replace the PCV breather seal as well, that'll improve it, and we'll go from there. Cool, so I think let's raise it up and then we will start cleaning down some of the oil leak. I'll show you the bottom of the car as well, and we can start getting into the repair. So welcome to the bottom of the A3. As you can see, pissing oil, which is going to be our first thing to deal with. I'm going to clean this all down, as well as up there. What it seems to be doing is running along and coming down from the back, which seems to be coming from the rocker cover, not the cylinder head, because it's way above the cylinder head as well. So our first point is going to be to replace the rocker cover gasket or valve cover gasket, and then we're going to jump into the other things. But as you can see, suspension, tires are beautiful, brakes are shot, the rotors are completely gone, pads are about half life, so we'll probably end up doing pads and rotors as well. The auxiliary belt still looks like it's in good condition, so that's good. We need to check the cam belt. See the 6Gs. That's probably the codes for the main journals and the crankshaft. I don't think it's necessary to change the transmission fluid, although we probably should check the level. Yeah, we can see tires are good. There's nothing else on here that really concerns me. There's no power steering leaks. Bushes are still in good condition. The suspension is quiet when you're driving. The reason we're replacing the radiators, I don't know if you can see up there, but if you come down here, there's that beautiful green radiator. Coolant leaking out, so that's going to be replaced today, as well as this oil leak. I think basic torsion bar rear suspension, fuel filter, which looks like the original one. Is there a date on here? Why is it? I can't see a date on here. I might need to do a fuel filter, although it's running fine, so there's no necessity to do a fuel filter right now. Rear brakes don't seem so bad. Although, yeah, they're also getting low. But it seems like we should be able to get away with just doing some pads. You know, it's got the wind back calipers. I hate those. But other than that, the suspension is mint, no rust. So I think our next step is we're gonna spray this all down. I'm gonna remove this cover. We're gonna spray this all down, spray the top down, take it up to the grooming bay and clean it all off. Cool. That stuff is strong, bro. All right, let's take it to the grooming bay, bro. No park distance controls, so we gotta go old school with this. You know, all older Audis have the same interior smell. It is the same. It's all older Mercs have the same sort of interior smell. Porsches, so on and so forth. Cars these days seem to be a bit bland with that. It's like they lose that character of the interior. Anyway, in terms of the clutch, it's not bad. It's probably going to need one at some point in its life, but for now it's not too bad. So let's go up to the grooming bay and wash out the engine bay. I need to change something. It's okay. Don't want to go too crazy. Don't want to make problems for myself. 5-speed manual. Okay. Moment of truth. Nice. See, you can wash your engine. You just got to be careful when you do it, that's all. Yeah, so we've got everything we need for the repair today. We got 2 seals for the radiator hose clamps. You can actually replace these seals separately, which is kind of nice. If you look at the radiator hose, they're quick release. I need a torch. Directly quick release, so the O-rings inside of here you can actually get separate and replace them, which saves you a bit of money here and there. We've got a new valve cover gasket, a new oil filter, which it's recently had a service, but I'm just going to replace the oil filter anyway, just because I want the original oil filter on, because I think it's better. The breather seal as well, just in case that's leaking, and a brand new dipstick, because obviously that dipstick is no longer viable. And then of course our radiator. Everything is pretty much Audi original. The seals, the valve cover gasket, oil filter and dipstick. The only thing I didn't get from Audi was obviously the radiator, because I'm not paying $1,000 for a radiator from 2001, or for a car from 2001, which is essentially a VW Golf. It's just madness. I mean, the radiator would be practically like almost 70%, you know, 60% of the entire amount I paid for the car. So we're going to start off with that. Right now we're going to strip the upper intake manifold off, so that we can gain access to the valve cover. We're replacing the valve cover, replacing the breather seal, bleed the brakes, do the radiator, or see how much we can get through today. There's no rush really, so see what we can get done today in terms of job wise, and then maybe do a few other things, check the transmission fluid level, top up the engine oil, and yeah, pretty much that's it. So let's get started. You can even see how old the seal is. It's also not in the best of conditions. The runner seals actually look pretty good, so I'm not really going to worry about them too much. They still look in good condition, so I don't think it's necessary to replace them. But you can see it's all crusty and oily here at the back. Some of the noise insulating sponge, you can see how it's just starting to fall apart. It's normal on cars of this age. Yeah, but all in all, it's not a bad plenum, I would say, to take out. It's nice enough that they split it into two, because that makes it easier. You know, back when engineers actually gave a damn about us. You know, not like those. But anyway. So yeah, now we'll just clean up this area, make it nice and spotless, replace the valve cover and reassemble everything. It's not difficult. There's 2 5 Allen keys at the back, the throttle body connector, 2 cooling lines you need to remove from the throttle body as well, blank them off. 220 T20s on the runners, as well as on the side there's 2 clips that you need to spread out and push the intake plenum off, disconnect the vacuum solenoid. Then there's a weird strap that goes down at the back, kind of looks like an earth strap, but it isn't. That's mounted on the back of the throttle body here. It's got a T25 on it. Yeah, but all in all, it looks good. I mean, the throttle body doesn't look that bad. Might give that a clean. I'll clean this whole intake plenum down. Put that here before I lose it. But yeah, now we can go ahead and replace the valve cover gasket, and then we can... Oh, actually, let's have a look at the cam belt while we're here. See what we're dealing with. Original VW part. That might be a good thing or a bad thing. It's either really good or really bad. So let's get a torch in here and have a look at the condition. It actually doesn't look too bad. This torch is too bright. The belt actually looks pretty good. All things considered, that tensioner looks fairly newish as well. So I would say that this belt wasn't done too long ago. Slack feels okay. It's a bit tight, but it shouldn't be a problem. But all in all, I'm happy with that. I don't see any severe cracks in the cam belt, although a slight. Nothing I would be too worried about. It would tell me I need to do the cam belt right now, but I'm happy with that belt condition. That means we can actually save a bit of money there. But for now, let's do the rocker cover, valve cover, tappet cover, whatever you want to call it, wherever you are. And we can also have a look inside of the engine and get a bit of an idea of how it's been serviced in its life, how well it's been maintained. It looks like from the service history, pardon me, inside of the book, it's been maintained pretty damn good. So I don't think I'm going to find anything that's going to concern me too much with that. But we'll get that done and dusted, and then we can move on to possibly doing the radiator next. And yeah, so I'm just going to remove this valve cover and then clean everything down on the exhaust, heat shield, and just make it look nice and neat back there. And then we'll carry on. okay, not that bad. Valve cover's off. It looks alright. It doesn't look, I mean, you can't really see inside of it because of this cover over the camshaft, which I'm not really sure. Oh, you can remove it. Hold on. Not bad. Not bad. I mean, a little bit of varnish build up from age and stuff, but it looks like it's been maintained pretty well. Good old 4-cylinder, 2 valves per cylinder. Nothing fancy. Simple and effective. You know? Will run forever if you look after it. That's the plan. To give somebody a little car that'll run forever, you know? Try to save another one from the scrap heap. One little repair at a time. But anyway, let's clean all this down. Clean the parts up. We'll clean this as well. This plastic cover, valve cover, all of the little brackets, intake manifold, pipes, and we'll reassemble everything nice and clean, and then move on to the next job. Okay, so we've cleaned everything up. Not as clean as I would have liked it to be, but for some reason there was demolition going on next door on a building, and somehow the construction team or the demolition team managed to penetrate one of the lines that leads from the grooming bay or the wash bay into the filtration device, so we can't use the wash bay at the moment, so I had to do it manually by hand, which took a lot longer, but I'm happy with the way it came out. Everything's much cleaner, looks much better, no more oil residue. I did take the old seal from the breather and I put it on the oil filler cap, because this is what the oil filler cap seal looked like. It had a good run. There's the valve cover gasket. You can see it's just a piece of it was flaking off, it was cracking, it was old and brittle as you'd expect. But now pretty much what we're gonna do, because as you can see everything looks much better up here now. So now I'm gonna reassemble everything, pretty much get it done, because I'm running out of time to be here. Don't think I'll be able to do everything today, but at least we can get the oil leak sorted, and then we can concentrate on cleaning more things down and getting it in better shape aesthetically. But at least the oil leak will be sorted. Then we can move on to the radiator at another point and fix that up, and then move on to the cluster. So the radiator and the seals will have to wait, but this stuff can go into there as well as the oil filter. And if there's time, I may even do a wheel alignment just to see how things go. But yeah, let's carry on and see what happens. I'm not going to record me reassembling everything, because it's pretty much exactly how I took it off and put it back. It's pretty much exactly how I stripped it, just in reverse. So essentially, you know, if you're doing this job, you're just going to do exactly what you did, just step by step backwards. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll pick it up once I'm back. Okay, everything's back together, so I'm going to start it now and we are going to check how it runs. So far so good. She's not the smoothest, but I'll let everything. I am happy with that. There's no warning lights on the dash. So I'm not going to run a scan for faults now, but essentially we'll move on from here and move on to the next thing, which is most likely going to be oil filter. I think, other than fuel, I think let's do the engine oil filter. Nothing wrong with frame filters, really. Actually pretty good filters. But I like the original. I'm not actually changing the oil, and I'm just changing the oil filter because the oil has actually been changed quite recently, so there's no real need to do that. I mean, you could argue there's no real need to do this, but anyway, makes me feel better. Gives the car a more complete look having the original oil filter on. I mean, if it was a cartridge filter, I wouldn't really be worried because you can't see inside to make that determination, but regardless. Oh, now you're gonna hear it. You don't need a torque range. You don't have to torque the oil filter. Just hand tight is enough. Shut up. Oh, makes me feel good. Looking good. Okay, now for the finishing touch. Out with the old. In with the new. Here we go, our original VW Audi dipstick. Probably made by the lowest bidder. Doesn't that just complete the whole engine bay, huh? Yeah, so I'll probably put the radiator in here with the rest of the parts and start cleaning up. So until we jump in for the radiator repair, I'll see you guys then.